What it do, YouTube? Up this morning, getting these dogs breakfast ready. So just was like, hey, let me touch bases with the YouTube squad. Should I get that camera in a better place where that light ain't killing us? Alright, I think that's better. But now I'm live. But yeah, so I'm like, let me get this morning started. Show y'all just pretty much how now that I got both dogs, pretty much how my mornings are going to be going. Basically just getting up and getting to it, you know. So I'm kind of back over here close. So basically just getting up this morning, getting to it. Got this pup around here somewhere. So he was over here hiding behind the kid. But pretty much he was bothering me all morning. It's 5 since like 4:30. Been up whining like a mad person. Try to get this camera set up here. But yeah, he was up whining like a mad person. Get why? Pretty much he just wanted to. Pretty much he just wanted to get out, run around, start playing, and so I was like, whatever. Might as well get up, get the day started. As y'all know from yesterday's video, Roxy's been in trouble because I guess she's going through this whole withdrawal stage. Or let me not say withdrawal. She's going through this whole neglection stage since we got the new pup. Feeling neglected, so she just completely is just like acting out and not doing what she's supposed to do. So with that being said, she's tripping. But anyways, getting it started. So this bowl will be Roxy's. All that noise y'all heard in the beginning was Roxy's bowl of rice that get dumped in there. And then I like to do this thing when I start seeing like my dogs have in like a shedding issue. For some reason I just like to do like the detox. I like to do like a detox, so I just use vegetables to do that detox. And one of the main vegetables that I use when I do the detox is carrots. They always seem to work pretty well, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So fresh carrots. So gotta shave them. But anyways, guys, you know, it's a process. I'm gonna be honest with you. This morning I was being real lazy. Didn't feel like getting up, you know. So when Rock got the whining and crying to go outside to go to the bathroom, you know, I'm being real lazy. So I understand you're gonna have those days where you're gonna be lazy and you're gonna have to just pretty much try to fight it. You gotta try to fight it as much as possible. So today was my lazy day and I was just like out of it. Didn't want to get up. So he's whining and crying. And pretty much I'm just like, shh, be quiet. So if you don't know how I do it, when I get my puppies and they're just still weak, not potty trained, still trying to get used to the house, I pretty much keep them in a tote on the side of my bed with me. That way I can get them potty trained by getting them up in the middle of the night and taking them outside so they get used to letting me know, and and knowing that they could go outside. So every time he cry, pretty much try to take him outside unless I just brought him back in and I know he just want to play. And so what you will realize when you get these dogs as puppies, a lot of times they play energy. They wake up 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning just to want to play sometimes. Like, especially like right after they go to the bathroom, they're up and they just want to play. So it's pretty much like, let's go, let's do it. So end up what happened was, like I said, I was being lazy. So with that being said, me being lazy, he had to go. And I just keep telling him, shh, 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 be quiet, be quiet. And so he ended up using it inside the tote on his bed, so I had to get up. Now at that point, I had to get up. Now, what's the problem with that? Being lazy ended up putting me to make me have to do more work. So now, since I don't watch the dog stuff here at the house, so now I gotta get up, which ended up making me have to do something I had to do anyways. I gotta go actually take all the dog stuff to the laundromat and wash all of the dog stuff. But just so I know, I am in the process of I'm in the process of what I'm gonna do is just set up a washer and dryer for the dogs inside of the garage. That way I don't gotta go and do that. So a lot of y'all might say, why you don't wash it at your house? Just typically because of the dog hair. The dog hair get lodged into the washer and dryer, all over the walls, everything like that. So then when you wash regular clothes, it just makes more work of having to climb in there, wipe it all out, dig it all out, just too much work. So with that being said, we just go ahead and don't do that. So carrots is in the microwave, rice is here. Show you guys. So rice is here. So it's a nice healthy size rice. You want an idea, almost like when you go to the Chinese food restaurants, the small little carton of rice. It's pretty much what it is. Drop the egg in there. What I'm actually going to do is scoop out some of this rice, and I'm gonna introduce Rock to rice as of now, because he's been struggling with diarrhea, and I'm just really pretty much thinking that it's just the transformation from mom milk to regular food, hard food. So I'm gonna introduce him to rice to try to stiffen it up, give him something to digest a little bit better. And so cut the carrots up, carrots in the microwave, egg in the rice is here in the bowl. Rock got his rice in his bowl. And so dogs pretty much would just won't like the eggs. He wanted because he's hungry. So they probably won't like the carrots. So I pour the juice off so it's not so much tainting the meal altogether, and the dog don't want it. But I gave this to Roxy the other day. I started the other day with her raw side of her diet. So just some raw hamburger meat with a little kibble, and carrots. And 2.5 seconds, she had devoured it. Sorry guys, crazy dog is at the kid's bedroom door whining because he want to play. So he's looking for the siblings. So then I just mix it up like this. And so with this one, I'm not gonna give her raw. Typically, how I would say you would want to do the raw diet if you're not doing full-fledged raw diet. Like if you integrating it or you starting it off, or you have never did it, but you're trying to get your dog used to it. The thing that I would tell you to do is to actually get start off in the mornings raw raw in the morning because you can pretty much monitor your dog. What I found to realize is when you start integrating raw into your dog's diet and your dog had never had it before, the stomach, just like any other food, anything you add to the life of the dog, it messes their stomach up. For maybe about a week or so, they'll probably have the runs. They probably be pooping just randomly and not being able to just be like, oh, I can hold this all night, but no, I gotta go to the bathroom. Just because they never had it, their stomach is adjusting to it. I do still believe to this day that raw is the best diet to have a dog on. I just feel like it touches into their natural diet. So yeah. So now, like I said, start off the raw in the morning. So typically that's what I would try to do is do the raw in the morning. That way throughout the day, if their stomach get a little upset from the raw, or they just like, man, I haven't had it in a while, they'll be good to go. They'll be good to go. They'll be got it out, and then at nighttime, adding the rice and kibble, would be good. Now, if you go full-fledged, of course, every meal would be raw, So, and I think that's pretty much what we about to do. We was about to just go cut out kibble altogether for real. I think the plan is about to be, me and the old lady, we was talking, I think she's about to actually start making their raw meals. Just because it's just a lot healthier. You know what's going into it. Dog food, I'm not knocking no kibble, but dog food just changes, and sometimes stuff would be good, and sometimes stuff would be not good for the dog. Something, it just changes. So I got kibble in here. Like I told y'all before, I always start my dogs off with something as simple as puppy chow, off rip, just to basically get a glimpse of their stomach, their digestion, because I don't know what the parents was being fed. Typically, I always ask, with Rock this time, for some reason, out of everything, that's one of the things that completely slipped my mind, was to ask, what food do the parents eat? And guys, that was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. I don't know where the dog's spoon is. Yeah, but that was a huge mistake. I don't know why I forgot to actually ask nah. So, and then typically I always be kind of worried anyways, because I be like, I don't know if they're actually going to tell me the truth about it. I don't know if they're actually going to tell me the truth. Also, sometimes people want you to believe when you're down a dog phone that, oh yeah, my dog is top of the line, I'm doing all this stuff top of the line, and just don't understand that sometimes, especially with me, I don't care what you feed your dog as long as it's just not crap. Of course, I have my own personal preferences on dog foods that I do not like altogether, but whatever you feed your dog is what you feed your dog. I'm getting this dog as a puppy, and yeah, I care about what was going into the system, but in 6 weeks I could pretty much restructure that whole diet and make it better, like we do ourselves all the time. Sometimes we could be eating terrible as humans, and then next thing you know, we can get it together. I'm making a big mess unnecessarily too. There's no reason for me to be making this mess. Just retarded. So it's one of those things where it's like I just start off with puppy chow. I know a lot of people gonna be like, "Oh, that's not good food for the dog," and all of this, and everyone is entitled to their opinion, so I'm not knocking nobody. I mean, I might actually change it up. I'm starting to think that with Rock, seeing how Rock is reacting to this puppy child, and just seeing how long this is gonna take. You know, like I said, he got the runs. Well, it's not even the runs because he used it in proper times. It's just that it's liquid. And with puppies, some things could just be completely normal, and some things could actually be issue. But this is what I say all the time: pay attention to your dog, um, because you just never know. So I got him kibble in there right now with some rice and an egg. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more kibble because I put that egg in there and they kind of like flooded it out. So I'm gonna add a little bit more kibble in there. I'm gonna go feed Roxy first, just so his food can soften up. So I'm gonna go take Roxy her food. I still gotta do some more mixing because I'm doing this little diet thing, so I'm not giving her raw. So I gotta add some kibble to it. So I'm gonna go do that. Take you guys with me to feed Roxy, then come back and feed the little greedy pup. And because I'm gonna feed him last, because also he in the house too. So once I feed him, I could kind of like sit down and chill and do something. I guess watching TV. Take care of some business. So I'm gonna go take care of her first. Oh, all right. So pretty much, guys, like it's just the process. If you ever doing it, look at it like this. Be honest with you too. I don't have really too many like hobbies. So, it's normal people go to the gym, and I'm gonna get in trouble keep saying all the time on these videos, but like most people go to the gym as their stress reliever, their hobby, all this stuff, things like that. I don't really too much have it. So like me actually having my dogs is my hobby. But the thing with hobbies is sometimes you lose focus and concentration with your hobbies. They're not like first and foremost on your mind all the time. So you let a lot of things slack. So the thing with having a dog is it's my hobby, but I also had to come all the way over here to the back porch to get my shoe because I went through the back door. But so you let it slack. My hobby is this. This is my hobby and my dogs, and my dogs. And so since the dogs is my hobby, I kind of let things slack a little bit, guys. And so that causes problems. I'm gonna set this up right here while I just grab this dog food. But yeah, so sometimes I'm letting things slack. Basic cleanup. So I was letting stuff slack, like basic cleanup. Going outside, make sure I'm cleaning up behind them right away, rather than letting it sit all day. And so, it has started to become a nuisance just because it was like, man, like, what are you doing? So, and that's where it comes down to. If you're gonna make this a hobby, you gotta enjoy it. You gotta switch it from hobby into enjoyment hobby. You gotta have that dedication. You gotta have that dedication, that drive to just get it done. So like today, I'm not even gonna hold you up. Also, was a little irritated this morning. That's how the final product looked. I was a little irritated this morning, so I was laying in the bed, a little irritated, and so I was like, man, you know what? Let me just get up and put this work in. You got to get started. We want these kennels to get up, this kennel to go well. So, guys, y'all see Roxy here with her crazy self, getting big, huge. Her food is here, but she waits until I give her the okay. So she'll wait, and this is one of the things that help with food aggression. By you making sure that your dog waits for you to give the okay, shows that it's not aggressive. Eat. You know, she's not overprotective of her food or any such thing. See, I come up, eat, eat. The hand could be all in her food, rub on her, right up on her mouth, you know. But you want to constantly work on that. I know sometimes people be like, oh, my dog is not food aggressive because as a puppy they wasn't. But that's one of the things that I truly believe that at all times you want to be working on food aggression, because I have seen dogs that have never showed a sign of food aggression at all, and then randomly out of nowhere just became food aggressive. You know, just got food aggressive and they started to growl and bark and fuss over food, and not once ever in life did they ever show food aggression. So sometimes, you know, I say you want to work on this all the time. Keep working on that. As your dog grows, because sometimes it'll be something that's as simple as you was gone all day and the dog was hungry, and you come home to feed it, and now the dog is like, I'm starving. Like, or you ran out, running late for work, ran out, forgot to feed your dog. Your dog got home 8 hours, we get to eat. Not saying it's neglected, it's just sometimes the stuff happens. So you do that, and then your dog, you get home, your dog's starving. You feed it, it's like, don't come near me, don't touch it. Don't touch my food, I'm starving, you know? So, and that could start food aggression, you know? But no matter what, that's why I say you always want to work on it. You always want to be training your dog 24/7. Like I said, the training never stops. You'll always get to a point where your dog may feel like, oh, I'm in control. Don't do it. So pretty much the end of the routine is cleaning the dog bowls, making sure everything is taken care of so I don't get in trouble when the old lady wake up about why her kitchen dirty, all this stuff. Cause say it ain't my kitchen, it's her kitchen, and you know it's pretty cool. I'd rather have it like that. I'd rather have it like that. So anyways, just the cleanup portion of it, get everything back to where it gotta go. And no, I did not forget, I gotta feed Rock. So his food should be just about ready. So he over here knocked out with his little lazy self. He's not. So pretty much Rock eats just to observe him and to keep a heads up on him so he eats there. But the kid is over here slumped. Come on. Let's go. So get him. See if he gonna eat. He been acting like he's starving, so. But he probably too sleep. Get my ugly toes out the camera. Okay. So he gonna eat. So pretty much, guys, thing is just staying focused, doing what you gotta do, and just paying attention to your dog. Keep a routine, keep a schedule, not just for the dogs, but for yourself. Because like I said, after a while, you can get to a point where your hobby just is like put on the back burner, you know? So, you know, you just want to stay focused and then use any energy you can to spark you up. Like I told y'all this morning, you know, I use that to spark me up, you know? Get up and go on out here, deal with these dogs, cleaned up the backyard area where they poop at. Make sure I got all that up this morning. Let Roxy out. Like I told her, she been on punishment, so she actually overnight is inside the kennel, you know, because at overnight she get these same way like he do at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I guess she's getting this energy, and then she acting out with it, so she's tearing up stuff. So her redirection is to go in the kennel at nighttime until I feel like I can trust her again to have her loose where I'm not, or somebody's not, you know, coming out there to check on her. Like I said, the shedding of her is still really bad. I just swept in there this morning, and I didn't see a lot, so hopefully she's on the down end of it, because normally sweeping it'd be a pile. I just swept in there and there was like barely none. But also at the same time, she wasn't out all night running around. But I haven't swept since earlier yesterday, so or shop vac since earlier yesterday, so it should have been a lot more. So typically, she probably end up getting a bath sometime this week, and hopefully it all be done, and we can go back to regular scheduled programming, because that shit is ridiculous. And the old lady is getting irritated because it's all over the house. From the kids playing with the dog, me working with the dog, and then coming in, and it's, on the clothes and stuff. And, we try to do our due diligence, and, I try to shop vac myself, blow the kids, and we use the lint rollers, but it's notorious. Like, you just cannot get it all off. And so then you end up having to vacuum. So, the thing is, we know we got the dogs, and we know that it comes with the territory. So, we vacuum multiple times of the day. I get in trouble a lot about making sure that I double back after I come in, because typically I'm the last one to come in and shower, take off the clothes, everything, because I'm out in the garage with the dogs. And plus, I said, it's the man cave too, so it's where I spend majority of my time. When I'm at home, if I'm not, doing something directly with the kids or the wife, I mean, the kids are outside in the man cave. So pretty much that's how it goes. So we just constantly is vacuuming, cleaning. I'm just giving y'all some insights about other stuff to deal with. Rottweilers are notorious for shedding. Like, they don't shed all year round, but when they do shed, it'd be massive. It'd be massive amounts of shed. So it's just about trying to keep a schedule for it. I can say that I do believe that my dream of the kennel has started to dwindle away, just because of, dog shedding and just dealing with dogs altogether. The old lady is just like, oh, no, she wasn't about to do it. So I think that the dream of it was kind of leaving a little bit. So that's why I wasn't posting as much. All that, I was like a little discouraged. And so then it was just more so of a conversation had, and it was like, me. She gave me an inch. I take like 10 miles. So we had a conversation about eventually one day getting here. I was like, what? And I started looking at the timelines of when I want to breed and the ages of the dog that I want them to breed at. And I'm just like, oh, the perfect time going to be this time next year. Let me just make the moves to do what I got to do to get the dogs to the age that I want to. And I was like, she was like, okay, cool. I took that inch, took 10 miles, and then, talked to her, got the dog, got rocked. And so now I'm just going there and then just trying to make sure this doggone dog stay healthy, because my youngest son, he's like obsessed with the dogs, but also at the same time, he get in modes where he want to rough house with the dogs, and he normally do a Roxy, jump on her back, roll around with her and stuff like that. But this is his first puppy at this age where he's like actually like full blown walking, potty trained, got weight on him, been wrestling with his brothers for a long time. So this is new. So he's very gentle, but then like sometimes he'll just do something like, putting the dog back in the tote. He'll just throw the dog. I'm like, whoa, we can't do that. But it's just all part of training that process too, so that he'll be able to work with me with the dogs, because 9 times out of 10, he's going to be the one who has that same drive and passion. I don't know what just happened to my voice, but the same drive and passion that I have with the dogs, he shows a lot of interest in all of the animals that we have. So, he's probably going to be my right-hand man through the whole thing. So now it's just going to be more so about, showing him how to do it. My daughter, she's already like, she goes straight in. Like, if I start telling the dog to sit, stay, move, she's sit, stay, as if they gonna jump to her command. And 9 times out of 10, it do be. It's like, she get on my nerves, because I be working for weeks to get, Roxy to do certain things. And she come in and say it once, and it's like, oh, okay, I got you. But it's the bond that's built, because when I'm at work throughout the day, they here with Roxy. It's going to be the same way with Rock. They be here. So they be in charge of letting the dog out, taking it, playing with it, so they play with the dogs majority of the time. So they socialize themselves with the dog, play with the dogs, built a bond with the dogs. You know, even feed the dogs from time to time. And then I also do a lot of aggressive food training with them too. Just being able to pick up Roxy bowl, move it, tell Roxy to sit, put it back down, tell her to stay, wait, and then do that. That's where I know that if I ask them to do something, if I'm running around doing a million different things and I'm like, hey, can you go feed? They can do that. It's going to be a lot easier with this new diet, raw diet that we're going to be putting them on, because it's just going to probably be in either sandwich bags or freezer bags or a bowl, where you're just going in there scooping out the raw diet. Probably going to do it for like every 2 days, keeping it in there, that way it don't dry out and you don't have all that blood drained out of the meat. But pretty much, guys, this is just the gonna be the typical mornings. So of course I'm be tired at first, because it's just about getting back used to something like this. Roxy's so much older that she really don't have no issues. Like, she's learned my schedule, so she pretty much is cool until I get up. So it's now with Rock though, and they having 2 dogs, I'm gonna have to be getting up early all the time, because I'm gonna have to make sure that if I gotta go out and work, they didn't got their energy burnt. So once he get all his shots and stuff, and we can actually go like, and he get bigger, and we can actually like go for walks and, you know, hang out and chill, that they get their energy burnt out before I leave. That way they end up home tearing stuff up, because having 2 dinosaurs is gonna be a difficult trait, especially with having a full-time job and everything. But they intelligent dogs. So long as you exercise them and train them right, they'll be good to go. This dude just got done eating. Let's see how much damage, because he didn't came over here by the couch by me. Let's go see how much damage the little monster done did. Look at this, guys. The most sloppiest eater in the world. So this is why I feed him on top of this mat, because I'll just pick it up, put it all back into the bowl, let him to eat the rest. We try not to waste food around here, even dog food. Try not to waste it. And plus, it helps me generally know how much they eat throughout the day, because sometimes the first meal depicts on what the last meal would be, and how much food would go into the last meal. So I like to make sure I get him to eat as much as possible in the mornings, and also because he's still such a puppy. I just want to make sure that he's getting the proper nutrients, thickening up, growing at a good rate. But he's actually looking like he's about tired. Now he's sleepy. He done ate, got full. Now he ready to go to bed. So I'm gonna take him back into my room, put him back in his little bed in the tote. And then after I put him in the bed in the tote, we're gonna go out here and see what Roxy got going on. But yeah, so I got a normal routine. I normally get up and turn the reptiles lights on, because at night I turn them off. So we got here, which is a ball python. And then he's mine. I don't know where this thing came from, but got this juvenile bearded dragon named Flash. Now look at this. This is my problem. Don't sit up. Now y'all just saw him in there trying to lay down like he was going to bed. Now he gonna sit up, stare at me and whine. But he gonna have to be all right. We're about to go see what's going on with Roxy and her food. See how well she doing. All right, I guess I'm gonna take him with me, because he just acting retarded. All right. So got the little booger with me, because yeah. So get these lights turned off. And here, keep the pleasantry down. Definitely gonna have to get the family used to the schedule as well, because I'm beginning a lot of trouble up early in the morning making all this noise. But, you know, gotta show y'all the normal routine so y'all know some of the things y'all gonna be looking and getting into. See what damage Roxy did. So Roxy ain't even do that much damage. She didn't even do that much damage. These are some of the things you go through too. Sometimes it's more so like they don't have the appetite right away. Now with Roxy, I pretty much should have known. I'm just trying to get her prepared, like get her used to doing like this, eating this early. But I should have known with Roxy, because with Roxy, when I got Roxy, she was I got her 7 weeks. I got him at 5, but I got her at 7. So Roxy went straight into training in the mornings when I first got her. So rather than making and eating breakfast, Roxy was actually getting trained with her breakfast. I wasn't putting her breakfast in a bowl. I had her kibble in my pocket, and I was feed training her in the morning inside of the man cave at the old house. And we'll go out there and we'll just work and train. So it was more so of she wasn't eating full meals that early. So we'll train from about 7 o'clock in the morning to maybe about like 9, like a 2-hour stretch, because we'll get a walk in, start off with a long walk, get in the man cave, and then, just train. We'll get into it. She was a great dog to train. I mean, she still is. So she pretty much is golden. I'll show you these two out here running around now. Roxy don't give him no let up. Roxy. Stay. So, yeah. Up, down. Stay. So she's still just a gorgeous dog. She's really good. I have no complaints out of Roxy at all. I mean, she get a little hard-headed time to time, just especially with the new pup being around. She don't want to do anything right sometimes, because her focus be on him and not me. And this is something that I love to see too, because now I can get her focus. Now I see that this is an issue with her, with the puppy being around. Focus. Here, on me. So just keeping her focused, more so in eye contact, focus. So working with her on that while the dog is walking around where she's locked in eye to eye with me, so that way I know that in any situation, any place, her focus is on me. You see, that's the thing. So like me just going to touch her ear just now, and how she jumped like something just came out of nowhere, because her focus is really on the puppy that's behind me. The focus is not on me. So it catches her off guard. See that? Just a touch of her ear, it throws her off, because she's so focused on that dog. See, like right now, she's focused on me. See, I pet, she goes to the pet. So these are new things that we just gonna still incorporate. He's out here playing. Roxy already jacked up his leg the other day, and I'm just giving him a couple days to see how. He actually heals from it, but he's been doing pretty good. Just a lag. I'm gonna actually probably end up having to take him in to the vet and get it looked at if he don't just walk it off. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep y'all guys updated on that scenario of the situation. I don't think she was trying to hurt him in no way. I think she was just trying to play with him, but not realizing how small he is. And she was just doing stuff like pawing him, like to edge him to actually interact and engage with her. But that haven't stopped him from doing nothing that he's supposed to be doing. He still can like climb up a step. He still jog and run. So yeah. Oh, there go my game. I ain't trying to get Roxy too riled up, because she get too riled up, she gonna just start pouncing on him. But yeah, but look, see, as y'all can see, she's still in the bad shed, because you can see the hair curled up on her back. And not the Roxy wave, the Roddy waves. It's just the dead hair coming off. So if I end up actually taking her to the groomers and getting her just that undercoat pulled off, So I think he's getting used to being around Roxy, because he's just finding new ways to get out of her way and go where he got to go. But he don't show no type of fear at all in her. You know, he just be like, man, I wish you leave me alone kind of thing. Not too much of no fear. He actually be kind of excited to see her too, like another dog. But she just be doing too much, as y'all can see. Like, look, see? She just be doing too much. She just be doing too much. Look at her. She just be doing too much. She's just crazy and be doing way too much. Look at her. Look at her. Just doing the most. Just doing the most. And I think she get mad that he can go places that she can't. And so then like he'll crawl up under somewhere. Yeah, see? Nah. That's why he got you. That's why he got you. That's why he got you. Now she mad because she was up there trying to bother him. He jumped up and clawed her. Hey, leave him alone. He jumped up and hit her with that two-piece. Yeah, I saw that, Roxy. I saw that. I saw that two-piece he hit you with, girl. Now she mad. Now she really want to get him now. You done hit me with the two-piece? You done hit me with the two-piece? So we becoming a bike graveyard, as y'all can see. My boys are getting into BMX stuff, so they like tearing apart bikes and putting them back together. So that's what that, and then our go-kart over there under that blue tarp. But this is the dog area, so it's guarded off so that the kids don't get to it. This little thing right here, she don't know how to not use it in the rocks. And so she gonna be getting locked up. So that's what that board is for. So now that I'm be off for the summer, she's gonna be getting retrained on how to use it where she's supposed to use it at. So that board is gonna be starting to be put up here, so that when the mornings she come out here, she gonna get put there for like 30 minutes for the first 30 minutes of the day to use the bathroom, because she don't know how not to use it in the rocks and stuff. So any tips on that, let me know. But that's what's gonna be done to her. So every couple hours out the day, she's going in there for 10 to 15 minutes when the sun is out, because it'll just be too hot. But in the mornings, at night, she's gonna be going in there for about 30 minutes in the mornings and the night, just to get her butt retrained on where to use the bathroom at. He pretty much is already got it down packed with his little crazy stuff. He pretty much already got it down packed. But since he's still a puppy, I'm not too confident on it. What are you doing? I'm not too confident on it, because I will still carry him initially out the house to the bathroom. But I have seen like he'll just come out. He'll come out and just use it as soon as he got in the air. So, but when I take him over there though, he don't try to leave out. He'll just actually use it over there. Then I gotta figure out something to do with this backyard. Look at Roxy. I gotta figure out something to do with this backyard. Just dropped him on his back, because all this dust. Look at him. They both just get so dusty out here. Nice coat still, but just dusty. Look at that. So it's like always, so I gotta get them baths. But anyways, guys, this is just what Roxy and Rock Kennels is gonna start building off of. The foundation is right here. Roxy This is the foundation. I'm not gonna cut his tail, everybody, either. I'm not cutting his tail. Like Roxy tail is docked. I'm not docking his tail. I actually like his tail, and I actually like how his tail look on his dad and how his tail look on his mom. His tail look on the dad and the mom. So I actually think I'm gonna keep it just to see it. Normally with my Rotties, even growing up, my dad had them all the time. We had them growing up. We would dock the tails. I don't think I'm docking the tails though. I'm gonna just keep the tails the way they supposed to. Another topic, let me talk to y'all about this. This morning, I'm just in a good mood, I guess. But I keep on having people tell me, oh, Roxy is small. She on the small side for a Rottweiler, you know, boom, boom. I'm going to address this really quick. So me, I'm not one of those people who want to buff my dog up, beef my dog up, have my dog out here looking huge. I knew that I wanted to breed her from the first day I got her. So my thing is, the days that I did with her was to keep her in a very lean, like borderline lean, like very, very lean mode. You know, you can't see her ribs and nothing like that. So I wanted to keep her lean. And so that I don't put on too much weight and she end up, with hip issues, joint issues, that Roddy suffer from all the time. And one of the ways to try to prevent that is by not piling on a ton of weight, and especially not piling on a ton of weight before one. Roxy just turned one earlier this year. So turning one earlier this year, and I love it. Like some people, they dogs look this size at like 6 months, and I'm not knocking it, whatever meets your fancy, but also at the same time, like that's just not how I do it, so I don't knock how nobody else do it. It's just not how I do it. So, I just pretty much feel like she's going to be in the best shape, period, because I keep her so lean. And then, like, a lot of times, like, people have only seen pictures of Rottweilers on TV. These are the speculators that kind of irritate me, too, who have only seen Rottweilers on TV or on pictures and videos, so they think that they know how a Rottweiler is supposed to be, and absolutely have no idea. Rock done went behind here, so Roxy freaking out because she can't get to him. This is what I was telling y'all when I say she get mad because he go places she can't go. But anyways, like I was saying, like people get to speculating and stuff because of stuff that they have seen, not really too much stuff that they know, especially when we out in the stores. I don't knock it. I don't even knock no advice to somebody who is experienced what Roddy may have to give, because also at the same time, it boils down to, I've been dealing with Roddy since I was a kid. My dad used to breed these dogs. So it's a lot of stuff that I'm aware of. And then if you deal with any breeding of any dogs, like you realize that some of the stuff you may do, a lot of people don't agree with. It may be a little unorthodox, but it works for you, It works for you. It's always worked for you. It's worked for your dogs, So a lot of times, like with this video recording, like the morning routines, the daily everything, you're going to get like some negative feedback from people because some people do not believe in the things that you believe in. They don't trust with your methods, so they knock them, and say what's best, what's healthy. And I get it. Understand that here we're never trying to ever do anything wrong to these dogs, feed them wrong, treat them wrong. No, they always get the utmost care, the best care. They happy dogs, they lovely dogs. This is just our process of how we feed, raise, breed, train our dogs here at Roxy and Rock Kennel. So, thing is, anybody get a dog from us in the future when we started breeding and we kick off, they're gonna get high quality dogs. They're not gonna get no sloppy, nasty dogs. They're gonna always be in the best shape, best fit, ready to rock and roll, do anything. Roxy can run. We can climb mountains and up and down mountains, in 95-degree weather, and got it, knocked it out with no problem. And there wasn't no struggle on her end going up or coming back. We stay hydrated and we just move. She's a very driven dog. She got the Rottweiler work ethic down to a T. And hopefully Rock just had that same energy instilled in him as well. But I'm pretty sure because both his parents is champion dogs. So, you know, it just is what it is. So we'll see how it go. And we going to rock that way. And listen, y'all, all at the end of the day, like I said, just pay attention to your dog. Stay focused. Do not get irritated. Stay patient. Keep these 3 things in mind. Consistency, focus, and patience. I'm always give you 3 at the end of every video. Consistency, focus, and patience. And you'll be able to do this. Any big dog, consistency, focus, and patience. Keep it locked in your mind. You'll always be able to accomplish. You'll always be able to accomplish training and breeding if that's what you want to do. You'll always be able to master these big dogs if you keep those 3 things in mind. If this is your first time watching the video, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, and make sure you hit that bell button for any upcoming videos. Because now we're back motivated and we ready to grind, baby. Look at this dog. Look at this crazy. Get your butt out of the doggone leaf. Eating the leaf. Roxy. There she go. And we are